Ladies and gentlemen, to Primo's Hot Takes, I am your co-host, Hernan. I am joined by my cousin, Xavier. I am also joined by my brother, Jose. We're going to be going over some of the latest draft picks from the NFL draft, and we're going to also be covering the first round of the NBA playoffs. You want to start off, X, or do you have anything to say for each one of them?
Well, yes, this draft was pretty wild. Obviously the number 8 pick, you have the Atlanta Falcons drafting Michael Penix, and that was a shocker for everybody. I mean, you just signed Kirk Cousins for a 4 year, what, $200 million contract, and then you draft this 23-year-old Washington quarterback on Michael Penix, and most likely he's gonna probably sit like what, couple of years, 4 years till he actually makes a starting spot over Kirk Cousins. So that was
Yeah,
one of the obviously the big splash draft pick in this draft.
I wouldn't say the big splash, but it's more like most shocking because it made no sense for them to pick Penix at the first round. I mean, I'll understand it if they would have picked him in the second round. Definitely would have understood they would have got him in the third round. But taking a first round on a rookie quarterback that you're not even going to be able to fully like use that rookie contract, it's kind of dumb because like you would want to put Penix in a situation where he's kind of like how the Eagles did with Hurts and like how the Dolphins did with Tua. You want to put Penix in that kind of situation, but by them having to sit back and watch and like I guess just be the backup quarterback for the next 3 years until he takes over in this maybe fourth, fifth year, um, it just doesn't make any sense to me.
Well,
New, yeah.
well, maybe y'all want to agree with me or no, but I feel like if you look at it as a GM, like you're gonna have to make a decision because Kirk Cousin did have that ACL tear, so he did have the ACL tear. Maybe there's a way they could get out that contract. So to me, I feel like them taking him as a precautious and probably Michael Penix could turn into something good, and we'll see it next year. And maybe he will be fighting for the QB1 position next off season or something like that.
Yeah, what's the thing with Michael Penix, he's like the I guess you could say most because he's 23 years old and he was in the college for 6 plus years, I believe. And I feel like he wants to make his NFL coordinator NFL start like immediately. Like he doesn't want to sit for 4 years, wait for Kirk Cousins to do his thing or get or struggle or whatever. And I mean, yeah, Michael Penix wants to play immediately and just show what he could do.
I mean, if they were gonna go with that route, which having Penix sit down for a year or two, I don't know why they picked Kirk Cousins, and I don't know why they gave him that massive contract. They could have gone with another route. They could have stuck with Mariota. They could have gone for Gardner Minshew. They could have tried to trade for Joe Flacco, someone that will be a lot cheaper to keep as a starting quarterback and have Penix be the backup. And then have him be there, kind of like how the Kansas City Chiefs did with Pat Mahomes, have him sit behind 1 year and then have him come in and like show off his skills and actually be like a legit NFL starting level quarterback. Like I will get that part. But for you to give Kirk Cousins 4 years, 120 million, is it 120 million or 160 million? I think it's
Uh,
40 mil a year, right?
I know it's at least 200
Yeah,
contract,
I don't know. It's just
contract.
it's a massive contract, and it just doesn't make any sense. If they're if they were if I get why they would want to go with Kirk Cousins because after the Desmond Ritter and Mariota failure, they're kind of like, okay, we got to at least try to compete now. But if you're gonna try to compete now, you got to draft a player that's gonna actually help the team compete now. That's why I thought they were gonna go after a guy like Lili Liatu, edge from UCLA, or I thought they were gonna try to at least try to get Romeo Duze just to get
Well,
another wide receiver piece for Kirk
any
Cousins.
any defensive player would have been fine because their defense is horrible.
Yeah, and
Like
well,
it
I mean
really
the
needs
corners.
help.
Honestly, the only thing that's good right now is their corner, AJ Terrell. He's like legit the only good player that they got right now. If they would have gotten Terran Arnold or what's the other
Quinion
guy?
Mitchell, Quinion
Quinion
Mitchell.
Mitchell. They would have gone with either one of them. Like honestly, it would have been great for them because then they would at least had two lockdown corners. But no, they wanted to go a quarterback, and it just doesn't make any sense to me. And like
That pick.
I would
Oh
have
no,
get
go
it if they
ahead.
would I would have get it if they would have gone Penix in the second round. It would have made sense. But
Yeah, that would make sense. Yeah,
this just
that pick was so surprising. You had the GM trying to explain to the owner like, "Oh, this is why we chose Michael Penix at the 8, and I know our defense is bad, but yada yada yada. Michael Penix is the future for our franchise."
Like to be
Come on,
honest,
man.
if they wanted to go for him, like they should have traded down, gotten more assets for
they
that
really
eighth
should have.
pick. Because man, that was it was a wild pick, but man. And I looked up the contract right now. It's 4 years, 180 million, uh,
So it's
100
even
million
worse.
guaranteed, 100 million guaranteed, 50 million signing bonus.
Oh my god, bro! They just basically signed away their future to Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, and that's crazy because I didn't think nobody expected for four quarterback. Well, everybody expected four quarterbacks to be in the top 10, but
Not six.
everybody thought it was JJ McCarthy.
Yeah,
But 2 picks later, JJ McCarthy got picked
and
because
Bo Nix.
because Vikings traded up, and then Bo Nix to the Broncos, and so Raiders were like, well, there's no quarterback to choose, so that's why they chose Brock Bowers.
I feel
And
like out of all the quarterbacks that got drafted late, the one that got drafted to the best situation was JJ McCarthy because he has legit all these weapons with the Vikings. I think that's a good spot for him. Uh,
I,
oh,
I don't know. I feel like Bo Nix is gonna be in a better situation, mostly because of Sean Payton. I feel like Sean Payton is finally gonna get the quarterback he's always wanted, but not always wanted, but just the quarterback that fits his scheme. Because Russell Wilson did not fit Sean Payton's scheme at all, and Bo Nix fits it a lot better. And I think we're gonna see Bo Nix have like I wouldn't say like a CJ Stroud type of year, but definitely like a Baker Mayfield type of year.
do you think he's gonna start?
Yes,
I have Zach Wilson starting over him.
yeah, I got Zach Wilson too.
Yeah,
If you're gonna put that veteran, I
I
know
don't see Bo Nix starting.
he's only like what 3 years
dude,
up there than
he's the
the
first
rookie.
round quarterback. He's gonna start. He's gonna start.
No, why? I mean, even Bo Nix was picked high, like way too high. I believe he was like a second round, third round pick as well. But
I do too,
shot,
but I
and
mean,
then you,
but
I
there
was
was
gonna,
talk saying that the Raiders are gonna try to freaking draft Bo Nix at the 13th pick, so they had to take him at 12.
well, I know Sean Payton was trying to, I guess, bamboozle the other owners that he was trying to trade up for a specific quarterback, but he had Bo Nix his mind the whole time. But I think Caleb Williams is in a better situation, no? Because he has all these weapons already. So definitely think I know it's way too early to make a rookie of the year candidate or whatever, but I have Caleb Williams winning rookie of the year.
Nah, I don't know. We've never seen our first round pick, number one overall pick, actually do well in the first year. Um, Not even Joe Burrow, he got hurt in his rookie year. But even before that, he looked like he was struggling too. I think it's just going to be a lot of pressure for him to actually play good, and I think he's going to overthink a lot of stuff, and I think he's going to just gonna play pretty bad. Even Peyton Manning played horrible in his rookie year, and he look how he turned out. So yeah, I don't think Caleb Williams is gonna have like a rookie sensation type of year. I think he's gonna struggle a little bit, especially with the whole new play style that he's gonna have to try to comprehend. So yeah.
I think he'll be fine. You just gotta they have Kenny Allen over there. He knows how to get open. Just throw it to him. If not, they're probably double team Kenny Allen. Just throw the Romo Dunze. If not, the tight end Comet.
Cole Kmet, the Travis Kelsey Jr.
I think Jaden Daniels is gonna get rookie of the year, offensive rookie of the year. I have him as winning it,
What about Drake
and
May and the Patriots?
I was never I never really liked Drake May, so I think he's gonna struggle. He's gonna struggle this year. Maybe they'll look for another quarterback next year. I really don't know.
Yeah,
I'm not. I don't have.
I was gonna say I really thought Drake May was a big a big prospect for the Commanders at 2, but this whole time he was never. an option. It was only Jaden Daniels and JJ McCarthy.
So I don't like that Patriots pick though. I get why they went with Drake May because they want a quarterback. But honestly, for me, when I look at Drake May, I don't really see that much of a difference between him and Bo Nix and JJ McCarthy and Bailey Zappi. It's just they're just like they're piece in the same pod. I'm like, yeah, Drake May could probably be better than all of them, but he's gonna be put in a really, really shitty situation. And honestly, when you look at Mac Jones and Drake May, I feel like they're very similar players. And Mac Jones struggled significantly with the Patriots because they did not surround him with any type of weapons. They didn't invest enough in the offensive line, so he kept on getting sacked and kept on putting a lot of pressure on him. So I feel that the Patriots should have at least drafted Marvin Harrison Jr. if they weren't going to trade out, or they should have just traded back and get more picks so that they can get more assets in this draft. It just didn't make any sense for me for them to draft Drake May, especially that next year's draft class is going to come with another strong quarterback class. So that's what it just doesn't make sense to me.
Oh, and they did drafted Joe Milt in the fifth round, the other quarterback for Tennessee, I believe.
They could have gone
Joe
with him.
Milton.
And now you got five quarterbacks in that Patriots roster, so they got options in that position. But I do see Drake May starting week one.
What do y'all think about the Chargers getting Joe Alt? How y'all feeling about that pick?
Well, let
Very
me
upset.
say, Joe was right next to me. He saw my reaction. At first, I didn't like it because I really wanted Neighbors, and Neighbors was right there. But I slept through that night, got some good rest, and I thought about the pick, and I thought it was a good pick because I mean, you saw the board as soon as Jaw went, and then you have JC Latham with the Titans, and then eight more O line prospects just got drafted in the first round, and so day two, uh, the way the O line board looked completely not good. So I'm glad we went Joe Alt, get the best lineman at the fifth pick, and then we went with a day two wide receiver. So it kind of worked out with our draft class. And after a while, I mean, yeah, like I said, Joe was right there next to me, and I didn't like the pick. I was like, "What? You have Neighbors right there, explosive. That's what we need this past 10 years." And we pass on him. And I can tell you, the whole Charger fan base felt the same way. But we all uh, slept it off, and thought about the pick, and we liked the pick overall. Even though he's gonna move to right tackle on our team, so it's gonna be interesting. But I really like the our draft class.
Honestly, I'm very upset with that pick because yeah, y'all literally took Joe out from us, man. Like he was right there for us. We were about to get him, and y'all just flip on there and take him from us. And just to make it worse, the Giants draft Neighbors immediately after him, so we couldn't even draft him. So we had to go with JC Latham, and yeah, I get it. He's a big guy, 316 pounds. He's pretty fast and agile for a guy his size. He's a good prospect and all that, but dude, I just don't think he just has a lot of effort plays where he just gives up, and I just don't like that. I feel like he's gonna take a lot of plays off, similar to like how Mika Parsons does. And like I'd rather get a guy who's gonna be in there and giving it his has a high motor, just can give it his all the entire time. Um, I would have preferred for us to go out for a trade back and get a guy like Mims or Fashanu. Um,
Yeah, I thought Fashano was a good
but
pick for y'all.
I'm just hoping that maybe he was playing like that because he was right tackle and maybe he wanted to play right left tackle because they're saying the Titans are going to put him at left tackle now that we drafted him that high. So I'm hoping we don't see that type of characteristics play in the field because he is a beast in the run game and he has a really big anchor and it's hard to get around him, especially with that grip strength that he got. So yeah, I hope he does work out, but as of right now, I do not like the pick.
Mm. Yeah, they say with the right tackles going to left tackle or just vice versa, it's kind of difficult, but like it gets time to get used to.
I think he could get used to it. A lot of right tackles could play left tackles, but they just settle to play right tackle because they're not the best one. So I think he'll be good. I mean, Tyron Smith went from right tackle to left tackle, and
Penny,
he's an all pro.
Penny Sewell too.
And so too, he did the same thing.
Yeah, they say it's like wiping your wiping your butt with your offhand. That's how
Yeah.
it is. Switching tackles from the left side to right side.
Hey, but that's
Now,
crazy. Joel, left tackle, moving on to right tackle. Why don't they move Slanders to left right tackle?
Oh, Slater was
Slater.
a left.
wasn't he a
Slater
right
was
tackle?
no, he's a left. Slater's our left tackle these past years, and he's been all pro since rookie year. Well, he was an all pro rookie year, and he had some injuries the past 2 years.
No, but
But
wasn't he a right tackle in the college?
no, from Northwestern he was a left tackle,
Oh,
and we
okay.
stuck him there, and he was, I mean, awesome. So I do believe Joe All's gonna go to right tackle, and Joe All already said that whatever Jim Harbaugh wants him to go, he's gonna go whatever position. So he's ready.
See, see, the ultimate fucking team player right there, man. Yeah,
Yeah, so
man.
we're glad with that pick. I mean, and then we got Lad McConkey in the second round pick. Whew. Yeah, so
And
we
then we
got
get the Titans draft to Darius Sweat, bro. Fucking,
the
he
one with
got
the
caught with
DUIs.
it. Yes, dude. And we grabbed him in the second round. Like, I get that he's a really big, another big, fast guy that can play defensive tackle. But come on, man. I'm tired of getting guys with characteristic problems. Like, I already seen this happen. I don't want another freaking what's that one guy's name from Georgia that we drafted not that long ago, like in the 2020 draft.
Mm-mm.
Um, can't remember his
Jor-
name. Something Wilson. I
No,
don't know. I just
not
don't
too
want
sure.
another repeat of that, man, because that shit sucked. We drafted him in the first round, and he only played for 1 or 2 games, and then he was just gone from the team.
Oh, was it the guy
Man.
that went viral? The picture where like the mom, the girlfriend sat down
Yeah,
on him
yeah.
and the mom moved him.
Yeah, dude, the ultimate bust that we drafted, bro. I just do not want a repeat of that. And I mean, I did love our fourth round pick. We got Cedric Gray, linebacker from North Carolina, I believe. He was projected. I think he was a second round type of linebacker, and we got him in the fourth round. He's a very skilled cover linebacker. He's very fast too, and he's able to also be able to play against the run defense. But now that we got Sweat and Simmons in the front, I don't think we're gonna worry too much about linebackers being able to run stop because I don't think any running backs gonna be able to get through them.
Mm. Yeah,
But
with
still,
the
man, I just hope they don't have any characteristic problems where they cost us any playing time or anything like that, or just take plays off. Because yeah, man, we dealt with so many players like that. It's just so annoying.
yeah, what about the Chiefs drafting Xavier Worthy? I was there next to Joe, and I saw his reaction. So, what do you think of the pick still, Joe?
Uh, at first I didn't really like it because I wanted cornerback. Nate Wiggins was still on the board, and so
Okay.
was who was that other one? The other
Oh,
corner,
Khalib
Hayden,
Christian.
Dejean,
Cooper DeJean.
Dejean. Yeah, he was still on the board. So, but yeah, I get it. We did need like another receiver, especially we don't know what's gonna happen to Rice. We don't know what's gonna happen to him. So Worthy, and then he's a guy that could go over, get those deep balls, and it's gonna open up the playbook back to when we used to have Hill. So it should be good. It's good for the football. It's good for the goat. Patrick Mahomes is good for him, and he's gonna continue
I
winning. Thank you,
The GOAT.
I
thank
just
you, Bills.
I
The
I
GOAT, he's
just
getting a
don't
roast on Sunday. Tom Brady? You said the GOAT, right?
The next
I,
goat.
I just don't understand why the Bills are helping the Chiefs get their receiver. I don't understand it. They got beat by them 4 times. What they want to get beat by them by 4 times again? Because that's what looks that's gonna happen now that Mahomes got his deep threat again. I know Marquise Brown is fast, but he's mostly put in the slot. Now you got Xavier Worthy, who's the actual Y and X receiver. I mean, yeah,
Yeah, what did Bill say? Here you go, Chiefs. Just get the fastest guy in the draft. Go
yeah,
ahead.
like
Give Mahomes the another speedy threat.
yeah, just what Mahomes needs, bro, and another deep threat. Everyone's hoping he's the next McCall Hardman, but no, no, man, he might be the next Tyreek.
And I would have thought Chiefs would have got Aiden Mitchell from Texas. Well, the other his Texas teammate,
Yeah,
but Aiden
same.
Mitchell fell.
Supposedly they're saying there were some interview problems and a lot of teams were scared off of him, but Coach GM went out and said that that was a bunch of BS and that he doesn't understand why. A lot of reporters will go out and say that if they're not going to even put their name on it, if saying like, oh, he had character issues, but yet they don't put their name on it, they just say anonymous. So he
Yeah,
said
Who
it's
I
a
who
bunch
agree
of
took
with that.
him?
BS.
Who took him
The
again?
Colts, the Colts,
Anthony
the
Richardson, Aiden Mitchell, and they just signed. They just resigned. What's his name? Sorry, I can't. Mike.
Michael Pittman Jr.
There you go, Michael
Right,
Pittman Jr. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
bro.
To a huge
I
contract.
I do not like it. I do not like that. I do not like it.
Ooh, and that division
They
be
got
crazy.
Latu. They got Latu in the first round, and they got Aiden Mitchell in the second round. Like this is not fair. This is not fair, man.
Hey, give those weapons to Anthony Richardson coming off a shoulder injury surgery,
And they-
and then you
and
got
they-
Jonathan Taylor in the back. Who's their tight end? Dallas
uh,
Clark? Ah, I'm just kidding.
nah, he's retired a long time ago. I don't know. I can't remember.
Oh man, but yeah, this draft was kind of really wild, and it had. I mean, they broke records. I know at the event, Detroit, there was like 700,000 attending, and then they broke the viewership as well. So everybody was
Yeah,
tuning in.
like 77,000 fans at live attendance. That means that that many people showed up on all 3 days, including the fourth to seventh round, which is crazy because no one ever likes to show up around those rounds.
And who would have thought the Cowboys would not draft the running back when they don't even have a starter running back
Hey, they got Zeke back.
and the depth chart? Yeah, and then the next day or the 2 days they re-signed Zeke. So I didn't see that coming, but I really thought they were gonna draft the running back, and I guess they didn't really like the ones that I fell for them in the later rounds.
Yeah,
But
there are some decent backs that could have been like third down backs for them or workhorse back. There's some decent backs. I don't know why they didn't go after one of them.
yeah, I know the first back was Jonathan Brooks off was the first one off the board for the Panthers.
Yeah,
So,
it was way
yeah,
too early for him. Second round.
yeah, way too early. Yeah, but they did draft his Xavier Leggett uh first round. They like
First round.
traded in
That's
just to get a day one.
I don't know, man. I feel like that's too early too for Xavier Leggett, especially when you got Aiden Mitchell, Lan
Oh yeah.
McConkey, and Keon Coleman right there.
Oh man.
Hey, what do y'all think about the Bills on the second round? The first pick, they
Keon
took
Coleman.
yeah, Ken Coleman. I think he's CeeDee Lamb's cousin.
Who took him?
Oh, oh, that's him.
The
Right from
Bills.
Florida State, right?
I
Yep.
mean, honestly, I
Yeah,
can. That was a good pick for the Bills,
good
especially
pick.
since basically all the other good receivers were taken. Um, I mean, I would have put Aiden Mitchell ahead of him, but I feel like Keenan Coleman was a better fit for the Bills for them.
I like to pick the Chargers. The lad McConkey. He's. I see him being a good slot receiver. He
Well,
was
he can
really
be
quick.
put. He's pretty fast. He can be in a deep threat too. He has the capability of being an outside receiver. But since they got Quentin Johnson, and is it Favre Favre Favre?
Joshua Palmer,
Yeah, Joshua. Oh no, that's a tight end.
and
Joshua
then
Palmer.
Darius
Yeah,
Davis.
there's
But
Davis.
now, I mean, I remember Joe when as soon as they said Joe Alt, I was kind of frustrated, and then I was like, Joe, can you name a wide receiver in the Chargers room right now? And he's like, no, just Justin Herbert in the offense. I'm like, exactly. That's what we should have drafted damn wide receiver at 5. But it worked out. It worked out. So I'm
I
I'm
mean, neighbors
I'm
look
cool with
mad
that.
that he. Neighbors look mad that the Chargers didn't pick him.
He's not trying to go catch passes from Danny Dimes. Who
He
wants
called
to,
him.
man?
He called him. What do you call him?
Oh, yeah, he did.
Don Jones
Jo-
or no?
it's like Daniel Giants or something like that.
He said it Jones Don Daniel Dones or something like that.
Yeah, Daniel
He,
Dones. There you go, Daniel Dones.
Honestly, I
he
thought they
was
were gonna try to
pissed.
trade up to the 3 spot for the Patriots to get Drake May.
I mean, they could have still drafted a quarterback at 6, but
Hey,
I
but on
mean,
one
I
of the
guess
interviews when they were talking to neighbors, he said that he hopes the Giants get the quarterback situation done. Like
Ooh,
he did say that, but that's funny. I was like,
yeah.
damn.
I believe Daniel Jones is gonna be
I
ready for
mean,
training camp. As of now,
honestly,
making good
I think the
progress for that.
Giants. I think the Giants are looking at Shooter Sanders next year.
Already,
I think so.
dang,
Hey man,
man, that'd be crazy, man.
That could be a good spot for him next year.
Deion
I
Sanders
could
already
see it.
said he's gonna go top five.
But he said something about he didn't want him to go to the cold, but Giants is a pretty cold place, so
The Colts?
like
cold.
cold weather,
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
cold
Yeah,
weather.
you're right, you're right.
But we'll see. Maybe he wants him to go to like to a Florida team or something like that.
What do you think about the Jets draft pick? I know they could have drafted Brock Bowers, but I believe
Hey,
they
they
went
took a
with
tackle. Oh,
what was
Fashanu.
the Fashano? Yeah, he's so I did like that pick because you gotta protect Aaron Rodgers, 40 years old,
Yes.
and he got hurt for a reason in the first game in the first 5 minutes of the
Hey
last
man,
week
like
one.
I know Tyron Smith is good and all, but hey man, like you got to protect him. You got to protect Aaron Rodgers, Tyron Smith. I know he had a full season he played, but they're not guaranteed he's gonna be able to play the whole entire season. So having Ofashano there, just in case something bad does happen, you could always just plug him in there. I'm sure they're gonna probably try to start him at the right tackle and then move to left tackle if that ever happens.
Yeah, they had a good draft class, the Jets, because they literally traded back one spot because that's when Vikings traded up to get J.J. McCarthy, and the Jets got an extra pick, and it was a good haul and had a good draft class for that.
Honestly, I think the Bengals are probably gonna get the best tackle out of everyone. They drafted Mims from Georgia.
Yeah,
I was hoping the Titans were to get him, and in case we didn't get Joe All, we could always trade back and get him. But they decided to go with JC Latham. It is what it is with that pick. So Mims, I think he has the capability of being the best tackle in the draft because of his traits that he has as a blocker, and he's a very big guy. He's also fast. He has very good lateral speed. So yeah, I think he could potentially be the best player in the draft. He just got to work on his techniques and he got to work on his footwork. And I think that's something you could definitely fix.
I want to talk about the playoffs. I want to get into the first round.
Um,
let me
yeah, I
just
mean,
say the Phoenix Suns trash.
but
Basura.
I mean that's what happens when you don't have a point guard. They don't have anyone running the entire team. It made no sense for them to go after Beal when they already have Booker
Did did you see the report on why they couldn't get the point guard?
because the front office didn't want him to
Yeah,
get a point guard. It was gonna
That damn GM was like, I was gonna get Booker and KD's ball off the hands or whatever. Like they wouldn't have the ball in their hands.
If
Like,
anything, it would have helped them get the ball in their hands because like they get easy looks.
yeah. So yeah, I mean they really messed up not getting a point guard for the whole season, and literally everybody called it saying like, who's gonna run point? Like
No
them
one,
three is not gonna like ISO scoring the whole game. That doesn't work in this league, man.
basically. I guess that's what the owner wanted. Everyone to play ISO.
Yeah, KD has two super teams that he was in that were
Failed.
like the worst ever. Like they didn't do anything. You had the Nets a couple years ago, and then
The
you had the
Nets are
Suns last year.
the Nets are actually good. It's just that they were always injured and they never played together.
But if KD wants to be the GOAT, you got to make it work, man. He wants to be in GOAT conversations. You got
I
to
don't
make it
think he
work, man.
does. He never put himself in that conversation. It's probably just
KD,
fans. Yeah.
he did. I remember he said, I believe he said it specifically that he should be in the talks of it. I'm like, bro,
Hmm.
as of now, you're closer to Carmelo Anthony than Braun and Curry. Like, bro,
Yeah,
you're not there, man.
because he
Sorry.
needed Curry to win, but Curry won without him twice.
Like, I get you had two Finals MVPs, man, but I mean, after the Golden State area, come on, man. Nothing so far. So, I
Yeah,
mean,
but I
I know
mean,
they're gonna run it back next. I mean, they had to run it back next year because Bradley Beal, I believe the next 3 years getting paid 50 million. Man, that's crazy. Well, yeah, he was damn because he got swept. But come on, man.
Honestly, if I was them, I would just try to trade Booker for Trae Young.
Huh?
Yeah, they're not gonna
What
trade
you
Booker.
what'd you say?
That's
Hey
crazy,
man.
bro.
Well, they need a point guard and they need someone
Yeah,
that fits
well,
the same salary.
okay, I get what you're saying, but definitely not Booker because I believe he's the. I mean, as of now, he's the face of the franchise for sure because he's
Well,
the youngest.
because they can't trade Beal. If they could trade Beal for Trae Young, I'll do it. But
Yeah,
I
not
don't
with
think they
that
could do
contract.
that. I don't
No,
think they
not with
could do
that
it.
contract.
So, and I don't think they would want to trade
Well,
KD.
Trey Young's contract's almost the same as Bill's. I think it's like 45 million or so.
No, but Beal has a no trade clause on his contract.
Oh, he ain't going. I don't think
Yeah,
he's gonna want to go to
yeah,
Atlanta
exactly.
No, he's not
Exactly.
trying to
He's
fuck
untradeable.
that.
Unless they could
unless.
find like a third team where they're willing to fucking take Beal and send something to Atlanta, and then Atlanta's willing to send something for Trae Young. That can work out, but I don't know, man. It's gonna be hard for them to try to do. That's why I
And then,
say like maybe Booker for Trae Young and get some other player too in there.
and then let me say this with Nurkic. Come on, how you gonna be talking smack to Draymond Green, putting that GIF on Twitter, saying that's all, folks, because the Warriors got eliminated, and then y'all got swept. Like, come on, bro, y'all had the same amount of playoff wins this year as the Warriors, and they didn't even play in the playoffs, man. Come on, man,
I
and he didn't really do good at all in those 4 games. So just even makes it look bad, and everybody just roasting him on Twitter. And yeah, it's funny, but come on, Nurkic, come on, bro, you gotta come on and play in the playoffs, bro.
Hey, all I gotta say is if you don't win a game in the playoffs, did you even make the playoffs?
That that is true, man. I mean that's just so crazy. Come on, but yeah, enough with the Suns getting swept. But we could talk about the Timberwolves because they played good.
Yeah,
I mean, you got
Anthony Edwards, man, he's looking like a superstar. Looking like
looking
face of
like
the
the face of the
franchise.
yeah, face of the franchise, face of the NBA. Dude, like I mean, in social media, his presence already rising up. I believe he had the most Instagram viewers on his videos or whatever on the sports clips and gain followers. So like everybody's tuning in for him now, and you saw Anthony Edwards just talking trash to KD just right then and there during the game, man. That's come on,
Yeah,
man.
like Timberwolves probably have one of the better rosters in the playoffs right now in the West. It is a complete team, and I feel like they will give Nuggets problems. Why? Because they got two big guys that could rotate on Jokic, and Anthony Edwards is unguardable. Like no one, like Aaron Gordon is gonna have to guard him because they know none of the guards for the Nuggets are gonna be able to guard Anthony Edwards. That's not gonna happen. You're gonna see this. Aaron Gordon's gonna be guarding Anthony Edwards the majority of the game, the series.
Ooh, that should be a good matchup, but yeah, I'll give the edge to Anthony Edwards. Maybe Michael Porter Jr. will be on him.
Nah, he
Maybe.
can't. No way.
No,
Isn't Jamal Murray a good defender or no?
he's had his hands full with Mike Conley, but
And the X factor on that series is gonna be Carl Anthony Towns. If he
Don't they
stays
got
away,
KCP?
who?
the Nuggets?
Yeah, don't the Nuggets got KCP?
Oh,
Yeah,
you know what?
yeah,
You're
but
right.
he cannot guard Anthony
Yeah,
Edwards.
I'm pretty sure
You
they're gonna put him on him though.
No,
Yeah,
hell no, there ain't no way.
KCP, y'all know
Ernan,
that's my dude.
you're gonna
He
be seeing highlight reels. If KCP's on him, you're gonna see highlight reels of Anthony Edwards fucking dunking that shit on him, dude.
Well, I'm just saying, man. Like Aaron Gordon, I don't think he could. He has the lateral quickness to keep up with Anthony Edwards.
No,
uh
he does. I mean, if you go back, you watch some of their games from this year. Aaron Gordon is on the majority of the game.
you're probably right, but I think Aaron Gordon's gonna be guarding Cat for sure.
Yeah, and I feel
So
that's the X factor. Cat, if he stays off from foul trouble, he's the guy that they're gonna have problems guarding because Jokic is not. He's not as athletic as Cat. He can't move like that. So,
I I
but
think no, go ahead, Joe. Sorry.
no, yeah, that's all I have to say on that series. If Cat stays away from foul troubles, they're gonna give the Nuggets problems, and then plus, Nuggets don't have a bench, so that could probably play a role too. It's
I
gonna
I
be
mean
a good series. It's gonna be a good series.
I think Michael Porter Jr. could be guarding Anthony Edwards. I think he'd give him some trouble.
I
He's a
don't
three
know.
and D guy. I didn't say Jonte Porter, not his brother. I said Michael Porter, dude. He's gonna do.
I don't
He's
think he
gonna
plays
guard him, man.
defense. All he does is just shoot
Shoot.
threes.
Wait, so
I've
he's
never
not a
seen that
three
man
and
play
D?
defense.
He's
Nah,
not a
nah,
three
nah.
and
Nah,
D.
he's
He's just a
not.
three.
No.
No, he's just a
Come
three
on,
guy.
It's
man.
a
Where's
spot
the
up
D
shooter.
at, man? Pause. Come on, man. Damn. But that's it. Yeah, that next Timberwolves and Nuggets should be good. Should be a good series. And then you got
Yeah,
Thunder.
still got Nuggets at 6 though.
Yeah, I still got Nuggets too, but still way early. But then the other side of the West, you got Thunder versus and well, Thunder just swept the Pelicans. I mean, that was kind of obvious. I didn't think they were gonna sweep. I thought Pelicans would have might win one, but without Zion, they can't do anything. And you got CJ McCollum doing all these step back shots. And then I don't know what happened to Brandon Ingram. He didn't really look
Didn't get
like he.
hurt.
I mean, he was hurt, but he was playing, but he just wasn't doing his thing, man. It was all Thunder that series, and so they got swept. So they're waiting on Clippers and Mavs, and that one's two. I think they're playing right now, but that series is tied 2-2 right now.
I think that's gonna be like a 7 game series. That's the first round that I was so excited to watch. Mavs versus Clippers.
What's the score right now, Ernan?
54 Mavs, 44 Clippers. This
Ooh,
is the second quarter, and we're like 49 seconds left.
Yeah,
it's
see,
Kawhi. It's
so
Kawhi
like
playing.
the Clippers, they live off the threes. Like if those threes are falling, they're gonna win those games. Because those 2 games that they beat the Mavs in the series, I think they were like over 60% in 3 points, 3 point percentage. So they live and die off that 3 point line, especially with Kawhi not playing. Like I think that's why it's gonna be a 7 game series. You're gonna see a lot of good basketball play.
Didn't
That
they also get like a lot of free throws calls, like a lot of fouls called away? Like the disproportion between the Mavs and Clippers free throws wasn't it like absurd? Like the Mavs had like 18 free throws while the Clippers had like almost 40.
wrong LA team, bro.
Nah, you're
That's
talking
not the
about the
Lakers.
Lakers.
Oh,
It's
okay.
wrong
Yeah,
LA
bro.
team, bro.
I don't know. I couldn't remember.
Nah, dude, the refs, you could tell they were trying to help the Lakers a little towards
It's still
the last couple of games of the stretch, especially that last game. I think they had like 30 free throws to only like 9 to the Nuggets, and Jokic
Yeah,
had 0 free throws attempts. I was like,
that's
bro.
crazy. And crazy about that series, I know we're piggybacking back that Nuggets and Lakers series, but the whole series, I believe the Lakers were leading like the majority of the time, had double digit leads, and they just blew them, and then Nuggets just finished the game. And I mean, it sucks the way that season ended for the Lakers. You got Jamal Murray, game winner.
I was I saw this tweet on the of a Lakers fan account. I was saying like, oh, he's not gonna be able to hit these shots anymore. Like, look at this, it's not gonna happen. It ain't gonna go in this time. And Jamal Murray kept hitting those crazy shots, those fadeaway consistent jump shots with one leg, knocks it down. He constantly kept doing that. It's crazy, but I guess that's his shot.
This game, it's crazy how Clippers only 2 wins that they got in that series is without Kawhi, and I really thought Kawhi was gonna. As I said, if Kawhi was healthy, Clippers have a well, Clippers are winning the series. But even the games that he played, I mean, he just not himself. Like that knee injury that he has is just very, how do you say, like very irritating for him to play on. So,
Yeah, yeah, almost like if it's tendonitis.
whoa. So, who medically termed that for them?
I don't know. I don't know. It's a facility in San Antonio that said that.
Ah, San Antonio.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, the
Interesting.
reports, the Spurs had diagnosed him that since he left, that before the departure, and for some reason those are the reports coming out from the Clippers, but somehow the Spurs are wrong this
We
whole
were
time.
wrong though, right? We were wrong. Misdiagnosed him. Oh, don't forget Danny Green said we misdiagnosed a groin injury.
Let it go, guys. It's been 8 years, man. And but yeah, it just that series should be good. Do you want to turn it to the Eastern Conference? I
Yeah,
believe that. I,
What's going on
well,
in the East?
I
Honestly,
believe.
I haven't checked.
Hey, they're doing their best, man, to compete with the West. Come on. But I think did the Celtics win, Joe, this tonight?
Yep, they won the series.
They
They moved
advanced.
on.
Okay.
They advanced. I mean, that was gonna be a no-brainer. That Boston team's so stacked. Like that team's gonna come out the East. That's my prediction. I've been saying it. I've been saying it since since the beginning of the year. And man, it's a really stacked team. And I wanted Justin Jaden. I wanted Jason Tatum to win MVP, but that didn't
Same, yeah,
happen.
I had him.
Jokic is gonna get it. But I think there's like someone. There was something where I was talking about a prediction where I forget what I was gonna say. You know what? Forget it because I can't remember the fucking prediction. But
Oh,
uh,
that Tatum was gonna win Finals MVP, or he's gonna win the MVP, something
yeah,
like
but
that.
there's like a saying to it, like a pattern on the. I think it's like the best team always has that MVP. Jason Tatum supposedly in that prediction, Jason Tatum is gonna win Finals MVP.
All I
I
gotta
gotta
say is that
look
like,
that up.
what's gonna happen to the Heat? Um,
We,
they
there,
said all season they said that they're gonna get another star to put next to Jimmy Butler. It was gonna be Beal, wasn't Beal. It was gonna be Dame, wasn't Dame. It was gonna be Mitchell, wasn't Mitchell. And so finally they got who? Terry Rozier, and now they just got eliminated in the first round and
S-
the playoffs. So yeah.
Scary Terry. Yeah, there was no
Hey,
chance. There was no chance Celtics were. I mean, he were gonna win that series because no Jimmy Butler. Come on, man. He's your best player in the team, and yeah, I kind of agree with you. With every year, superstar with Jimmy Butler, and never nothing happens because they say, "Oh, we're good without them. We made it to the finals without an extra superstar, whatever." But you haven't win it, so y'all gotta put somebody next to Jimmy Butler. Maybe Trey Young this year,
no,
since
what I'm trying to say is that like this might be the final straw for Jimmy Butler, and this might be his last year with the Heat.
what?
Because he seemed very, very frustrated this last offseason. Well, this offseason,
Well, even the
when
beginning
they
of the
when
year, right?
yeah
He was all
when
emo.
they didn't
Yeah.
yeah, then when they didn't get Beal, they didn't get Dame, and then well they first missed out on Mitchell, and then they said they're gonna get Beal, and then they're like, no, we're not gonna go for it. We're not gonna go after Beal, even though it was a very, very easy contract or easy trade they could have done, and they could have kept a bunch of their assets. Instead, they were like, "Oh no, we're gonna go for Dame," and then they didn't even get Dame.
Hey, but they kind of dodged the bullet on Beal because look at the Suns right now. They would have been on that same position and they would have lost
No, it's
Hero.
because well, not for Beal. They could have just given him second round picks the way how the Suns did.
Plus, the Heat
Um,
have Eric Spoelstra, man, and that's dude. That coach could
the,
coach, man.
I just feel like the only reason Beal didn't do good with the Suns is because it just wasn't a good fit. Because he was essentially playing the same position that Booker was playing. But if he were to go to the Heat, he would have Butler would have been more than happy to take a backseat to Beal and let him like take the reins in the offense while he took the reins on the defense.
Yeah, so we'll see what the Heat do this offseason. So I mean, we could talk about the Cavs and Magic, but that's just a what do you call it? Like a little side game that nobody really cares. They've been putting them on NBA TV, so nobody really
Yeah.
been watching them. But I don't see any of them going far in the playoffs.
Nah,
So
I think Cavs are gonna close it out on Friday.
I
But
think so
the
too.
more games that I'm more interested is these next two games, Bucks versus Pacers. I think they're saying Giannis is gonna come back tomorrow, and they could push for a game 7. And I could see the Bucks coming back if Giannis comes back for game 6. They could force a game 7, and if they get to the game 7, they should win that game.
Man, that second place playing team Pacers shit the bed yesterday, bro. Come on, you have Giannis not playing, you had Damian Lillard not playing, and you let Bobby Portis and Patrick Beverly going off. Come on, bro. That's wild. Pacers could have finished it right there in their home and show a statement because they had a little beef in the during the season. Remember when Giannis they took his game ball and he was pissed, and so that's where the I guess the rivalry started. Like you could have showed send a statement out when eliminate them right then and there, but y'all let Bobby Portis and Patrick Beverley dropping 29 points. Patrick Beverley had like 12 assists, looking like Halliburton. I can't let that happen, man. Y'all got to finish the game right then and there and take advantage when the two superstars are not playing in the series.
That is true. Yeah, that's true. And there's another one too with the Knicks and the 76ers. Maybe Maxi could force a game seven. They're
Face
going
of the
game six.
franchise.
And Knicks kind of blew it too, the same way. Freaking Maxi went off on them, forced the overtime game. And that was crazy because they were down six with like only like 30 seconds left, and they came back, not into overtime, and then they closed it out in overtime. And
Yep.
like Joel Embiid was making mistakes down the stretch, and Maxi was just he was just hitting it, dude. He like you could tell that guy did not want to lose.
Yeah, he carried that team at the end. I was watching that game live, and dude sent it to overtime with a half court shot. And then yeah, Brunson tried to hit the game winner, but he got blocked by Batum. And then as soon as Maxi was all celebrating, you had Tracy Morgan and I think Ben Stiller flicking them off. Like, man, that was a good game. Maxi was not trying to get sent home just like that, and literally carried the team right then and there. Now we're going back to Philly for a game six, I believe. Yeah, game six.
Yeah, game six.
So man, yeah, that was a crazy game, and now I see game seven, honestly, happening with that series.
And it will be a crusher for the Knicks because you know that franchise is cursed, man. Like they lose. I was actually kind of happy for them maybe winning the series. I was like, all right, maybe they got something going with Tom Thibodeau and who's that point guard? Jalen Brunson.
Yeah, Jalen Brunson, and they got Josh Hart doing his thing on the two, and then Julius Randle's Hart.
And
Sorry,
they got
Julius
OG
Randle's hurt
at
right now.
Genobi too.
Yeah, OG been playing, man.
Hmm.
Been playing like the whole game. You know how Tom
I could
Thibodeau is with those players.
I could have sworn
That's
they said they put the cards for the players and they had Brunson, OG, and who was the other guy? They're playing over 50 minutes. I want
Yeah,
uh,
it was
Josh Hart probably.
Brunson,
Josh Hart. It was Josh Hart.
Hart, and OG over
Golly.
52 minutes. And then people
Yeah,
were saying that Tom Thibodeau is the worstest. Like I think the players that like this thing, the worst coach to play for, and Tom Thibodeau was like he was number one. Like no one really likes to play for that guy, but I mean he likes his defenders, and he makes you play crazy minutes. I think he did that to Jimmy Butler too, right? When he was with the Bulls.
Yeah, he did.
yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Is there anything else you want to cover? Playoffs. I think that was basically it. Like we got most of it, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
could sign us off, Vernon.
Yeah, and sign us up.
Sign us up.
That'll do it for People's Hot Takes. We appreciate y'all staying the whole time for the podcast. Please like, subscribe, and comment just to see any interactions we got with you guys. We appreciate any of the follows, any of the views. Thank you for watching. Peace.
Primo's out.